Hello, how are you today? I'm good. I'm great. I'm doing okay. Hi, hello, I'm looking at you. Hi, hello, I'm looking at you. Waving at you is how I like to say hello. Hi, hello, how are you today? Hi, campers. Thanks for coming back today. I'm so excited that you're here. And here for summer camp and here for the letter J. Yay, let's hear it for J. Remember how we trace our letter J? We start at the top, come straight down, loop to the left, start at the top, slide to the right, and stop, stop, stop. Good job. Who did in the air with me? Start at the top, come straight down, loop to the left, start at the top and slide to the right, and stop, stop, stop. Perfect. You guys did great. Today for our letter J, we know the letter J makes the J sound, and I found this picture. My friend got a new Jeep. Jeep starts with J. Isn't that fun? Who knows what sound a Jeep makes? Let's do it together. Vroom, 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 vroom. We're riding down the highway. Vroom, vroom, hi. Good, great. You guys are awesome. Let's practice on our number. This week is number 1. We are number 1. So everything we're going to do today is just 1. So we're going to clap, just 1. We're going to jump, just 1. We're going to spin around, just 1. Because otherwise we'll get dizzy. And we don't want that, do we? What else do we have one of? We have just one of our shape of the week is a circle. And the circle says, I am a circle, nice and round. No corners or sides can be found. I am not straight, and I don't bend. My outside edges will never end. So we have just one line for a circle, because it just goes right around, stops right where you start. Doesn't matter what side you do it on. They're all the same. And what color is our circle? Blue. That's right, because our color this week is blue. Does anybody have on a blue shirt today? Or blue jeans? Or maybe you brought your blue eyes to class today. Did you bring your blue eyes to class today? Not me. I brought my green eyes to class. But that's neither here nor there. I have a game we can play with the circle too. This time, we're going to do a little bit more than one. I want you to find a basket. I know when I talked to Jax the other day, he had his pumpkin head basket, and it had a great big mouth. It was green, but you could grab that, Jax. Let's just find a basket, or maybe you find a circle plate. Oh, circle plate like we did for our craft the other day with our campfire. I think we need to light up our campfire, don't you? There, our campfire is nice and lit. And it's going to keep us warm for the rest of our camping day today. But find your circle, find your basket, or find your plate. And I want you to grab something soft. I have a little sock here. Okay? Or a bean bag, or something that's not going to break things if you get a little carried away. But we're going to nicely toss the sock into our circle. Okay, you do it with me. Ready? We're going to count as we do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll stop at 11 because when we write 11, it's a 1 next to a 1. So that's just like we're keeping our 1. We're going to read a story now. I found such a good story for our camping trip. We're going to read Pete the Cat Goes Camping. Remember yesterday we read Monster and Mouse Go Camping, and Monster had never been camping before, right? So let's check and see if Pete has ever been camping. This is good because Pete is what color? Blue, just like our color this week. Pete the Cat Goes Camping by James Dean. James Dean is the author who wrote this book so that we can read it together today. Pete the Cat Goes Camping. Pete is excited to go camping. This is his first time, just like Monster. Pete's never been camping before either. Well, let's see what Pete learns about camping. Don't forget your sleeping bag, says Dad. Or your hiking boots, says Mom. The campsite is deep into the woods. Mom and Dad set up the tent, while Pete and Bob help collect sticks so they can make a fire later. Just like we made a little fire, they're going to make a fire too. Pete and Bob go for a hike. Bob shows Pete the footprints of different animals. Do you think we'll see anything cool? Asked Pete. Maybe, says Bob. Pete and his dad go fishing. They must be very quiet and very still because we don't want to scare the fish. Fishing takes a long time. They finally catch some fish. Mom built a fire, those sticks that Pete and Bob found. She cooks the fish for dinner. It tastes yummy. Do you like fish? I do. Now Pete toasts marshmallows, but I like marshmallows better. Pete makes s'mores with chocolate and graham crackers. Sound delicious, don't they? It starts to get very dark out. Bob tells Pete a scary story about a scary, hairy giant. The giant lives in the woods. His name is Bigfoot. Do you think Bigfoot lives here? Asked Pete. No one has ever seen Bigfoot, says Bob. Don't let Bob scare you, says Dad. Bigfoot is not real, Mom says. Pete sighs with relief. But if he is real, I bet he's friendly, says Dad. And likes s'mores too. That's not scary, thinks Pete. Maybe he wants a s'more. Pete leaves one out for his friend. They're on the picnic table. Soon it's time for bed. Lights out, boys, Dad says. Bob and Pete share a tent. Pete gets into his sleeping bag. It is cozy, but he cannot sleep. Has that ever happened to you? You're nice and comfy in your bed. You just can't go to sleep. Sometimes that happens. The woods seem extra dark, and all the sounds seem extra loud at night. Pete hears a weird swishing sound. What is that? He asks Bob. It's just the wind, says Bob. Pete hears an odd chirping noise. What is that? He asks out loud. Those are just crickets. Pete hears a strange hooting sound. Hoot, hoot, hoot. What is that? He wonders. That's just an owl. And Pete thinks of his friend Owl. Pete hears a large snapping sound. Crack! What is that? He wonders. But Bob is already asleep. Is it Bigfoot? Bob peeks outside. It is too dark to see anything. When Pete wakes up, he checks the spot where he left the s'more for Bigfoot. They're on the table. Is it there? No. The s'more is gone. But there is a note. And the note says, "Thanks for the treat. XOXO," which are hugs and kisses. Pete shows his family. "Wow, I knew Bigfoot was real," says Bob. Pete knows Bigfoot is not scary. Just because he looks different doesn't mean he is scary. He even likes s'mores too. Yay. So I like this story. What are some things that Pete did that were really good? He was going camping for the first time, so he made sure he was prepared. Make sure he has all the things he needs to go camping. What did he take with him? His sleeping bag, his tent. What did he wear when he went hiking? Wore special boots for hiking. And he brought some food. What are some things that you would take if you went camping? I might take a book, because I like to relax and read. So I'm going to put one book in my backpack. What are some other things you might take? Might take a light. Just one light, right? Put it in your backpack. Okay. We're going to do a little craft now. Just have our coloring page of tire tracks. So our Jeep, when we drive our Jeep in the mud, leaves tracks behind. So we can color those tracks. Nice and neat. I'm choosing this color crayon. Why am I choosing blue? Because everything we're doing this week is blue. So I'm choosing a blue crayon. We can color our tracks in. And then maybe, just maybe, you can draw some extra tracks. Bob showed Pete different animals. So we got some bird tracks, some cat tracks, and maybe, just maybe, we might have some, who can tell me what kind of track this is? No, it's not a bear. People tracks. Maybe whoever was riding in the Jeep forgot their way back home. So they needed to follow their tracks and walk back the way they went. So you had some time to think about, what things would you take when you went camping? I want you to find just one of each thing. Okay? I might find one rock. You never know. Well, you might need a rock, right? One marshmallow. One sandwich. The food is a good idea, isn't it? Put it all in your backpack. And then don't forget, we're going to zip it up all the way so we don't lose anything out of our backpack. I want to thank you guys for coming today. Be sure you come join us at Preschool Pals later so we can all visit together. Bye.